Hey guys, what's up? Today I just wanted to do a really quick video about my Pelican case. I did a video when I got the Pelican case and I hadn't done any traveling, so I kind of just talked about it, but I didn't do like a full-on review or like my final thoughts. So we've done a lot of traveling now. We flew from Hawaii to LA, and then we stayed in LA for a while, but then we went from LA to Las Vegas, and then Las Vegas back to LA, and then from LA to Arizona, and then Arizona to El Paso. So we've done a ton of traveling, and now that I've actually got that under my belt, I wanted to talk about the Pelican case and kind of give you my, I guess, pros and cons. There's not a whole lot of cons, but there are a few little things. So right now I'm totally sitting on the floor because look at how cute. I'm trying to get like a little set put together, but because we still don't have our stuff. Like I'm sitting on the floor because I don't have a chair, but I have like a little set in the works. I still need to find a chair. If you have or know of a really cute chair that's like on Amazon or something, let me know, because I need a really cute chair, something with like neutral, calm vibes, I guess. Let me know. Let's talk about the Pelican case. Let's start with the pros first. Obviously, it's super great. That's the biggest pro that there is. It fit everything in it. Let me get her open. So it ended up fitting everything. And by everything, I mean like 4 camera bodies, 6-7 lenses. I have like 4 backup hard drives that I use with my computer. It fit the drone, it fit the GoPro and all of its things, everything, which is pretty awesome. And I still have like extra space in here. Like I have some holes for some new things. I don't need anything new, but you know, if I got something new, it would totally fit in here. And then the foam, like it's super, I don't know, it's super sturdy. It's super duper like heavy duty, and I felt like my stuff was safe. Like as I'm like watching them take my Pelican case from like when you check your bags, and they take it and they toss it back onto that belt to, you know, loop it around to get checked in. Like I felt okay with it. Like it wasn't weird that they're tossing it around, and you know, you see videos of how they treat your luggage at the airport and they just toss things around. I actually didn't feel nervous for it at all. Like it is sturdy. But that kind of leads to one of the cons. It's very heavy. Like it is very, very heavy. So when we checked it in at the airport, it was 50 pounds. So I think 55 pounds with with my gear in it and, you know, the case all together when they weigh it to see if it's an overweight bag. So it was an overweight bag, which we were traveling with military. So it wasn't like a huge deal that it was overweight because we were traveling on orders. So we don't have to pay anything. But if you're using this case for normal traveling, then you will have to pay an overage fee, because like I said, there's still room in here for more. So more gear would end up being more weight for sure. So that kind of sucks. It is very heavy. Another thing that I because it is heavy and because it's kind of hard to maneuver, and I understand that it's not luggage, but you know how some luggage has like the wheels that like spin, so you can like spin your luggage around in a circle or whatever direction you need to pull it, there's no resistance. This does not have those wheels. It just has regular straight wheels. Like you kind of gotta maneuver through things, and that's a little bit annoying. So sure, it's a con, like they could have done better with the wheels, but I'm sure that it's like that for a reason. I'm sure that it's got super sturdy wheels on it. They can't really be broken as easily, because I know that's the first thing that goes wrong on a lot of our luggage is a wheel pops off or a wheel breaks or something. So I'm sure it's like that for a reason. So another pro, which it doesn't necessarily have to do with the fact that it's this Pelican case exactly. It's just like a pro of traveling with the Pelican case. So what had happened was we showed up in LA. It's like 8 o'clock at night, I think, when we finally got to LA, and we're waiting and waiting and waiting at the baggage claim. And so we traveled with like 8 suitcases, well, 7 suitcases, the Pelican case, and my husband's golf clubs. Okay, so we had a lot of stuff. And we get there and like we're watching all the people that were on our flight just kind of go with their baggage, and we're so confused. We're standing there like, where's our stuff? Like, what are the chances that they lost 9 pieces of baggage? It doesn't make any sense. So we start poking around, and I realize on this other belt, this other baggage claim belt next door to the one we were standing at, the one for our flight, I saw my Pelican case, and I saw it because I have like stickers all over it, and I recognize it, and I'm like, I wonder if it's over there because it was overweight. Well, as I start going to look, to be fair, all of our bags were overweight, so I don't know if that's why this happened, but my Pelican case with everything I own in it, everything important to me, every piece of equipment that I own just about, is just sitting on this other belt. The belt's not moving, it's just sitting there, and I'm like, okay, what's this about? And as I start to look, our other bags are scattered around this belt. Crazy, right? Like, what? And then we go over, and the unclaimed baggage has my husband's golf clubs and 2 of our other suitcases. It was crazy what happened because our baggage was overweight, and because we got to the airport earlier, they put our bags on another flight. So our bags were just sitting there for hours while we waited, you know, while we were on our flight. Our bags were just sitting there. So being that it's a Pelican case, I feel like you see a Pelican case, you know they got something important in there. But I did buy little like TSA locks that you know, the TSA can get in there if they want to, but like nobody else can. So having that my gear was, knowing that my gear was in like a case that was locked, even though somebody still could have like up and left with it, which makes me nervous because they didn't say anything to me. I just pulled it right off the belt and I took it. But I did feel a little more secure that like it was locked. So maybe if somebody was kind of eyeballing it, they'd be like, oh, that shit's got locks on it. I don't know, but it made me, I was a little bit more comfortable with the fact that it had locks on it. But yeah, it was I was nerve-wracking. I was so mad, like and then how I felt about my Pelican case of equipment. My husband was like super pissed about his golf clubs being just sitting around and stuff. So yeah, okay, enough of that story time. I do like, and like I said, I do like that you can lock it, so I felt more secure with like people not going through it or whatever. I will put a link to these little locks. These little locks are pretty great. Like I kind of want to put them on all of our luggage from now on. And then, you know, they have a lock for TSA. Surprisingly, none of our stuff had gone through either during the trip. You know, you open up your suitcase and it says TSA's been digging through your bag. None of our baggage had that, so that was cool. Okay, the last thing that I want to talk about is I guess it's another, so the con of it being heavy and bulky and big. It's kind of a con, even though you know your stuff's secure in there. The other con is that it's so big you have to check it. So I do think in the future I want to get a smaller one, like get the dimensions for like carry-on size, like with maybe the max carry-on size. So if I go on a trip and I don't need to take everything I own with me, I can use that. But because you have to check this, so you not only have to put your life in it, but then I had to check it. So I know a lot of people don't like to check things. There's people that will take 2 carry-ons and they won't ever check their bags because they get nervous. Again, the locks, the sturdiness of it, I was nervous at first, but now I would do it again in a heartbeat. I would, you know, check it, no problem. But yeah, I'll definitely think, so con that you have to check it if that makes you nervous, but I do like it enough to where I think I might get a smaller one for like shorter trips where I can just have what I need with me, if that makes sense. So yeah, I kind of rambled. I'm sorry about that. It's been a little while since we've talked. It's been a little while since we chatted, and yeah. So if you have any questions about the Pelican case or like, yeah, something I didn't cover, just let me know and I will answer your questions. But yeah, it worked out really well. Definitely more pros than cons on traveling with the Pelican case. All right, but yeah, that's it. That's all I have. I will see you next time. Bye.